Hey, what's going on, everybody? Steve here with Rake and Profit. Welcome back to another video. And today I wanted to talk about what's my average refund percent on Amazon. So if I sell 100 items in my Amazon business, and I'm mostly FBA, what percentage of the items get returned or refunded? So let's cut right to the chase. Currently, right now, and this is based on my last about 6 months, my refund rate is at about 6%. Now, about a year and a half ago, I was almost all books and DVDs and media. And when I was flipping items like that for years before as well, my return rate was anywhere from 2 to 4%. I'd say about 3.5% was pretty average. So for out of every 100 DVDs or 100 books that I would sell, typically I'd get 3 to 4 returns. But now in my business, I've transitioned to a lot of higher ticket electronics, tools, home good items. I sell in a wide variety of categories. And now my refund rate is a little closer to 6 and sometimes even 7% per month. Now I do have some months where maybe my refund rate is only 3% or 4%. I actually had that last month. It was very low. Then I might have a month where it's 8% or even 9%. But on average, over the last 6 months, since I've really transitioned my business into a wide variety of different categories and products, my refund rate is at about 6%. Now you might be thinking to yourself, 6%, that's pretty high, or maybe you even think 3 or 4% is pretty high. The thing about Amazon is customers can pretty much return an item for any reason, especially if you're an FBA seller. They could return an item for any reason. They could bait and switch. They can do all types of scammy things and get their money back. They can open your brand new Logitech webcam that was selling for 120, use it for 2 weeks, send it back used, and then you're pretty much SOL, right? Now, if you're an FBM seller fulfilled by merchant, you have more control over this. You can actually not give them all their money back. There's different things. I'm actually not an FBM seller, so I can only share what I hear from others, but there's ways to protect yourself against scams, and essentially you could charge restocking fees, and if they send you back the item damaged, you don't essentially have to give them all their money back. Again, I'm not an expert with FBM, so the FBM experts, drop a comment down below, but I'm 100% FBA. Now, out of the 6% average refunds, I would say half of them are either scams, or which means I just lose all my money, or B, again, I sell a new item to them because I'm mostly new items with my eBay to Amazon model, and then they send back a used, damaged, or bait and switched out item. Now, there are ways to be able to deal with this where you can take a picture of the item when you receive it with the little packing slip that Amazon will send back to you if it gets disposed back to you, depending on if you dispose or destroy. And I have heard of people winning cases. I've tried it before. I haven't had any success, and it's actually a lot of work. So for me, I just scratch it up as a loss. About 100 items I sell, 6% are going to be returned, at least right now. Half of those I'll be able to put back in my inventory because it's just a customer who maybe changed their mind, and then I sell them and it's fine. But I'd say 3% of those items are just a loss, right? So for you, it might be different depending on what you're selling, if it's books or DVDs or higher rate of returned items like electronics and tools. But keep this into consideration when you're running your numbers. And for myself as well, when I'm analyzing deals with SellerAmp, I have a little extra cushion in there for these scams, right? So if you were to take a look at my SellerAmp settings where I set my different miscellaneous fees and my prep costs, I put a little extra in there, and it's only about 50 cents. I put a little extra in there to add that cushion, right? It's like if you ran a retail store. I don't run a retail store like at a brick and mortar, but I know brick and mortars do have a certain percentage of a budget for theft and stealing and maybe items that get damaged, so on and so forth. So for me, that's how I combat this. I just make sure that I have a little bit of cushion. I have that little 1% additional ROI or that extra dollar profit. You don't even need that much to cushion that, but it's part of the game. There's no business out there where you're not going to have, a certain percentage of broken, damaged, lost, scammed items, and the same is true on Amazon. So my refund rate's about 6%. Drop a comment down below. Let me know what your refund rate is. You can go into your Amazon account, and you can go into your inventory, and you can go into your analytics, and you can actually see month by month how your refund rate has changed. So it's pretty cool. You can see like a little diagram of January, February, March, April, May. And when I looked back and I looked at my CDs and DVDs and books versus now, my refund rate has almost doubled. But my margins are actually a lot higher and my items sell a lot quicker. So for me, it's all good, but for you, you might not, want to go down that path. So definitely check out your numbers. Let me know what your refund rate is down below, and let me know what you sell. But with that being said, appreciate you guys. Appreciate all the questions. Drop a comment if you have any questions and you want to be featured on a future Rake and Profit video, drop the comment. I'll feature you. I'll answer your question. And just want to say I appreciate you guys so much. I love connecting and helping you guys and just building the community. So with that being said, smash that like button, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.